So I wanted to do a shout out piece today and start a discussion about something that's been in the news a lot over the last few weeks, and that is victims of abuse, victims of rape and victims of childhood sexual abuse coming forward and speaking out against their abusers, which in a lot of cases are people in positions of power, people in government and people with celebrity status. That's probably why it makes the news. But I also know that this is very triggering for a lot of other survivors of abuse, whether they've come forward about it or whether they've not. And one of the reasons why it's so triggering and upsetting for us is because we see how these victims are treated. I think what any survivor's biggest fear is that they will speak out and not be believed and be shut down about it. And this is what we're seeing over and over again. As soon as somebody speaks out, they're questioned. Why didn't you speak out sooner? Why are you coming out about it now? And then if it does get to court, their whole lives being paraded out there, every kind of invasion of privacy that is possible, trying to find something wrong with the survivor, trying to find something wrong with the victim. Because usually the perpetrators are people, men and women, in respectable positions or classed as respectable positions, high up positions and positions of power. And something that we need to think about is abuse is not about love. Rape is not about love. Paedophilia is not about love of children. It's about abuse of power. It's about taking pleasure in destroying something that is just so beautiful just because you can. So it's not really that great a stretch to see that these kind of people are attracted to positions of power, like are attracted to government, are attracted to running our health systems. So when survivors are speaking out and it's being thrown back at them that these people are in a position of respectability, and then their whole lives as a survivor is torn apart to try and find something not respectable enough, something to make them unbelievable, it just seems so twisted and wrong. And it feels like there really, really needs to be a change when these people are running our countries. They're put in positions where they are at the top of whatever game they choose to be in. And I don't necessarily know the answer of how we can change this, but I know that a place to start would be to listen to and believe survivors, because they've gone through so much just to be there and just to even whisper the words. So I wrote this poem, which is a message to any survivors out there, if you've come forward or not. I did have one particular person in my mind whose story has really affected me recently, but this is for all of you out there. This is Two Worlds. Precious child, I see you, and I can't help but hear your screams. Little one, the days are long and the nights are where nightmares become your reality. Love and comfort seem to have passed you by, stuck in that place where hell breaks free into this life. But you're going to be alright. They break your body, they beat you down, try to destroy your soul just because they think they can. To them it's all a game, but they met their match when you keep fighting. Pain becomes a daily flame, love abandoned in every way. But you'll be alright. You're strong and you will survive. Because there happens to be two worlds, one full of darkness and unseen. I don't know why you landed there. It's so unfair, and that doesn't even capture how injustice bleeds. Maybe it was because you're so strong, surviving to reveal what needs to come clean. And we all need to stop running away from what we don't want to believe, from what we just don't want to see. Forged in anger, forged in hate, born into a darkness that doesn't have a name. And now you're grown, now you're free, your anger shouts so loud, trying to make the not heard seen. But the world turns away. It's too hard to listen, it's too hard for them to see. And the ones who pay attention rain down more abuse to silence your needs. They find your anger ugly. The truth is a twisted pain that hurts. But you have every right to be angry. It's not what you deserve. And what we need to make them realise is that there are two worlds right now in this life. Fate makes and breaks when it drops you down in the darkness or in the light. And so many little hearts still beat terrified, waiting in fear of every coming bedtime. Fighting through, some make it and some don't. We need to be their voice, we need to be their hope, and switch on the nightlight where the shadows hide. Screaming so loud to make people see there are two worlds. They don't want to listen to your shouts. Maybe it's time to start a whisper. I believe in love, I believe in hope, and I know you lost faith in that so long ago. You think there's nothing left for them to do to you, but I believe in you and I don't want them to keep you trapped in raining down abuse. There are so many ways to fight. Please don't give up hope. I'm so sure change is on our side and it's starting to be exposed. These two worlds that still sit side by side. There has to be a way to make things right. Open so many eyes and switch on the nightlight.